All right, Shalom. First and foremost, want to begin this lesson by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Wahar Rakak Wadash, which is ancient Hebrew for the name of the Heavenly Father, His only begotten Son, and the Holy Spirit, which the true name of the Heavenly Father would be Yahweh, all right, who you people out there refer to as God, and His beloved Son, whom the world knows as Jesus Christ, would be Yahweh Shai. Those are the correct names of the true powers of all heavens and earth. And we are to exalt those names, all right? Also, I want to give double honors to the head apostles and elders of Great Millstone, to the sincere brethren out there that's laboring in this work, and also the few sisters that subscribe to these teachings. And that's what I want to touch on in this lesson, all right? All the women who come into this arena, well, you got to approach this truth in a certain manner, all right? Just like us brothers, when we came into this truth, we had to approach Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai in a certain way. We couldn't come the way we wanted to come. It's a certain order. You got to return to this truth, all right, in the presence of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And how much more the women, all right? I know, speaking for myself, coming out of the world, I had somewhat of a name in the world, like a status, all that BS that comes along with being a nigga, But I had to learn to yield to other men and exhibit humility, man, and understand that I was being born again. I couldn't bring that baggage from the world or that thought process, I'll never forget when I first met one of the elders, the elder Manatazak, in fact. And, hey, he was getting all on me, man. He was telling me, hey, pull your pants up, man. Spit that damn gum out of your mouth, And, hey, I couldn't react to that like a nigga. I couldn't bring in, that idea or that thought process that comes with being just a nigga in the street. I had to yield to that, man, which I never, it never crossed my mind. I was never offended in that at all. But, looking back at it in retrospect, it shows the growth in me, man. Because if I was the nigga I was when I was in the world, I would have reacted to that, totally different, man, So how much more the women? When you come into this truth, which you can understand being in the world, because it's a work in progress. We all had to learn to cast off and discard everything we learned under this so-called white man in this system, man. Because we was taught lies, all right? When you read Isaiah, the 29th chapter, the 16th verse, where it talks about surely your turning of things upside down. The so-called white man turned everything upside down. So for a lot of our women, they are under this vibration that, a man should open the door for them, a man should bow down to them, which that's not the way the Heavenly Father ever intended it, man. You are to serve your man, all right? And for the women who might have a problem with that, then you got a problem with Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, all right? You've been in America too long, which, just for the record, it's going to be a whole lot of women amongst the nation of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, that's going to be destroyed, man. Straight up and down, all right? But there's going to be a few women that's going to be delivered. And don't believe the hype, because there's this idea that the men here at Great Millstone, we hate all women. No, man, we deal with women, all right? We got women, And we understand the fact that amongst the 1/3, there's going to be women to be delivered, And amongst those women, they're going to have a certain spirit. They're going to display the spirit of humility, man. And they're going to understand their role, all right? Because we know, according to the scriptures, that our Lord Yahweh Shai actually had women in his ministry. But they had a certain lot. And that's what you women out there who subscribe to this truth or women out there that's on the fence, maybe women that might just come across this video for the first time, women who have a zeal to learn more about the Israelites and this and that. Well, you got to know that when you come into this arena, if you sincerely looking to serve Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, then you got a certain lot. There's a certain role you got to play in this truth, all right? And the scriptures actually outline that. So with that, let me start off in the book of Luke, the 8th chapter, and I started the first verse. And it came to pass afterward that he went throughout every city and village, preaching and showing the glad tidings of the kingdom of the Most High. And the 12 was with him, verse 2, and certain women. All right? So Yahweh Shah dealt with women, man. Just like we deal with women. But we understand the role of a woman. If you out of order, which the majority of our women are, we don't even waste time on you, man. But again, this is for the sincere women out there, because you're going to have women who's going to be sincere, all right? There's a such thing as reincarnation for the women that was around in the times of Yahweh Shah, and they followed him, even preceding that. You had Rahab, I think that's her name. Just different women that preceded Yahweh Shah that actually was righteous women in the eyes of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. And they back today, because this is the time of deliverance. So all those spirits, those women, they back today, and there's a good chance they're going to come across, well, they're going to come across the man of great millstone. They're going to hear this truth, then they're going to believe. But it don't stop there. You got to know how to perform your role amongst the brothers in this arena. And again, we're going to show you what's your role according to the scriptures. So it says, and certain women which had been healed of evil spirits and infirmities, Mary called Magdalene, out of whom went 7 devils, and Joanna, the wife of Chuza, Herod's steward, and Susanna, and many others, which ministered unto him of their substance. Right. This was their role, man. All right. They wasn't teaching Peter or correcting John. All right. Their role in the ministry was to minister of their substances. All right. So I want to look up a couple of words in this precept. First, I want to look up the word ministered. It says to be a servant, attendant, domestic, to serve, wait upon. All right, to minister to one, render ministering offices to be served, minister unto, to wait at a table and offer food and drink to guests of women preparing food. Right, so what they did, what the women did in the ministry of the substances they had, they helped out the apostles, man, and Yahweh Shah. So for all you women out there, if you truly want to know your role, you should be helping brothers, because you have women in these different, I'm going to say it like this, there's a great millstone camp in every major city in America and throughout the world. All right? So if you're a woman in one of these cities, you find out where the brother's at. Hey, if you got it in your power, help the brothers out. You maybe bring brothers water to the camp or whatever, man. Mainly monetarily, because there's a lot of women out there, you might have a little bread, extra money, where you find out whatever brother, you listening to, you find out the information with the apostles, how to send types, how to send money, and ministering to them by way of your substances. That's your role, all right? And, we're going to show you that in this lesson. That's your role. Now, you're going to have a lot of people that say, oh, see, they all about money. Look, we don't want your money, man. Just like the Apostle Paul had to check the Corinthians. But the scriptures do speak about not muzzling the mouth of the ox that treaded the corn. So you got brothers out there that's bringing out this word and feeding your spirit. So This for men and women. You should send your substances, but mainly this is the role of a woman, man. If you truly say that you're a sister and you claim that you believe in this faith, then I'm showing you what's your role according to the scripture, all right? It says, and many others which minister unto him of their substances. Now we looked up the word ministered. Now I want to look up the word substances, all right? See what it say. It says possessions, goods, wealth, all right, and property, man. That's the role of a woman in this faith. All right? If you want to follow Yahweh Shah, well, this what you do. All right? Because again, it says, and certain women which had been healed of evil spirits and infirmities, because Yahweh Shah healed them, man. So they felt compelled to help the Lord. All right? And that's just what we doing. We healing you out there, man. Mary called Magdalene, out of whom went 7 devils, and Joanna, the wife of Chuza, Herod's steward, and Susanna, and many others, which ministered unto him of their substance. Yeah, we just went into the word. Minister means to serve, and substance, your possessions or your goods or your wealth. So if you come across, you got extra bread, look out for the brothers. There's brothers in every major city. You can even get the information of brothers and, hey, send them something to help them out. And then you will be in the right order. All right? The Lord is going to look at that. And the Lord is going to, hey, that's an honorable act for a woman. All right? Because this is nothing Yahweh Shah came up with on the fly. This is how it was always intended to be from the beginning of time. And it tells you that in Genesis, the 2nd chapter. And I start at the, I go straight to it, the 18th verse. It says, and the Lord power said, it is not good that the man shall be alone. I will make him an helpmeet for him. So you see that a helper or a helpmeet or a servant is in the same breath with a woman. This is pertaining to Eve right here. So let's look up the word for helpmeet. So this proves that Yahweh Shah just didn't come up with that on the fly. Yahweh Shah was going into the origins of how things should be. A woman should be a helper to her man. All right? And when you come into this ministry, all right, you got women, they might watch the videos or whatever, and they learn and they believe, then they probably inquire of how could they do more, or what could they do to be delivered. Well, it's not much, because we don't expect women to go out on the highways and byways with us, man. We don't expect women to teach. It's not permitted for a woman to teach. Because when you go out on the highways and byways, you're exposed to all type of elements, man. We done been in situations where guys banished guns on us, brought their pit bulls up to the camp and shit, Motherfuckers trying to follow us. That's the battlefield. That's not for a woman, all right? But the woman do have a role, and if you inquire into what it is, it's to be a helpmeet, all right? And minister unto your substance. Now, this the definition for the word helpmeet. It says help, succor, one who helps. Now, what I did was looked up the word succor, all right? I think that's how you pronounce it. Matter of fact, let me see if I can get the pronunciation right here. Succor, okay? Succor. It says assistance and support in times of hardship and distress. That's the role of the women that comes into this fold, man. Because for the men that's laboring, we always enduring hardships and distress. All right? So you can relieve your fellow brothers by ministering your substance. All right? It says aid, help, a helping hand. Assistance. Let's see if they got more. It says comfort, ease, relief, support. Yeah, you can relieve the brothers. All right? says give assistance or aid to. I'm going to go to the synonyms. It says help, aid, bring aid to, render assistance to, assist, lend a helping hand to. All right? Minister to, which we just looked up that word. That's what the women did. They ministered to the disciples and Yahweh Shah of their substances. It says care for, comfort, bring relief to, support, take care of, look after, attend to. All right? Oh, that's heavy. It says the prisoners were succored, meaning they was comforted. And we the prisoners of Yahweh Shah. All right? So, yeah, I just wanted to go into that. You know, Lord willing, it was edifying, you know. Till the next time I say shalom.